The 48 Laws of Power, by Robert Greene, is a deep exploration of how power actually works in human relationships, organizations, politics, and society. Rather than presenting a moral guide on how people should behave, the book exposes how people do behave when power, ambition, fear, and self-interest are involved. Greene makes it clear from the beginning that power is an unavoidable force. Whether you seek it or not, you are constantly surrounded by power dynamics. Understanding these dynamics is not about becoming ruthless, it is about avoiding vulnerability, manipulation, and destruction by those who understand power better than you do. One of the central ideas of the book is that power is based on perception, not truth. People do not respond to reality as it is, they respond to how things appear. Reputation, image, and timing matter more than honesty or effort alone. Greene explains that many people lose power not because they lack talent, but because they reveal too much, trust too quickly, or assume others play fair. Power is a game of appearances, patience, and positioning. A major theme throughout the book is self-control. Greene repeatedly shows that emotional reactions, anger, insecurity, jealousy, pride, are the fastest ways to lose power. Those who react emotionally become predictable, and predictability invites manipulation. Powerful individuals maintain composure, observe quietly, and act strategically. Silence is often more powerful than speech because it creates mystery and forces others to reveal themselves. Greene emphasizes the importance of never outshining the master. When you make those above you feel inferior, threatened, or overshadowed, you awaken insecurity and resentment. Even if you are more talented, displaying it too openly can make powerful people feel challenged. The wiser approach is to make superiors feel comfortable, respected, and even superior. This preserves safety and positions you for long-term advancement rather than short-term recognition. Another recurring principle is never putting too much trust in friends and learning how to use enemies. Greene explains that friends can become careless, jealous, or entitled, while former enemies often act with greater caution and loyalty once converted. Blind trust is dangerous. Power requires emotional distance and clear observation. This does not mean abandoning loyalty or kindness, but understanding that personal feelings can cloud judgment. Greene repeatedly stresses the importance of concealment. Revealing your plans, emotions, or intentions too early allows others to interfere. Power grows when people cannot easily read you. Mystery keeps you unpredictable, and unpredictability creates leverage. When others don't know your next move, they hesitate, giving you control over the pace of events. Another strong idea in the book is court attention at all costs. In the world of power, visibility equals influence. Being ignored is more dangerous than being criticized. Greene explains that people who fade into the background lose relevance and opportunities. Strategic attention, through reputation, uniqueness, or presence, keeps you significant. However, attention must be managed carefully, scandal can destroy as quickly as obscurity. Greene also warns against commitment without control. When you bind yourself emotionally, financially, or socially without leverage, you lose freedom. Power depends on the ability to walk away. Independence, especially psychological independence, is a form of power. The less you need approval, validation, or security from others, the harder you are to control. Another critical law involves mastering timing. Acting too early or too late can ruin even the best strategy. Greene emphasizes patience as one of the most powerful traits. Rushing reveals desperation. Waiting allows situations to develop, enemies to expose themselves, and opportunities to ripen naturally. Time often does the work that force cannot. The book highlights how appearing weaker than you are can be a strategic advantage. When you openly display strength, people unite against you. When you appear harmless or underestimated, others lower their guard. This allows you to gather information, build position, and strike when least expected. Power is often strongest when it is invisible. Greene also explains the danger of stepping into the misfortunes of others. Associating with the unlucky, unstable, or chronically negative can drag you down regardless of your intentions. Power requires emotional hygiene, knowing when to distance yourself from destructive patterns, people, and environments. Sympathy must be balanced with self-preservation. Another important theme is playing the long game. Power is rarely gained overnight. Those who seek quick dominance often burn bridges and create enemies. Greene emphasizes strategic patience, gradual positioning, and thinking several moves ahead. Power is not about domination, it is about control over outcomes. The book also explores the idea that morality and power operate by different rules. Greene does not encourage cruelty, but he acknowledges that moral purity alone does not protect you in competitive environments. Those who assume everyone plays fairly often become victims. Understanding power dynamics allows you to defend yourself and choose consciously rather than acting blindly. Greene repeatedly shows that people are driven by self-interest, even when they appear generous or loyal. Power comes from understanding motivations rather than judging them. When you align your goals with others' interests, resistance disappears. People willingly cooperate when they believe it benefits them. Another key insight is never appearing desperate. Desperation signals weakness and invites exploitation. Whether in relationships, work, or negotiation, those who need something too badly lose leverage. Power comes from alternatives, options, and emotional self-sufficiency. Greene emphasizes adaptability. Fixed identities and rigid thinking make people fragile. Powerful individuals adjust their behavior to circumstances while maintaining inner consistency. They do not cling to outdated strategies or ego-driven identities. Flexibility allows survival in changing environments. The book also teaches that victory should be total or avoided entirely. Half measures leave enemies alive and resentful. When conflicts are unavoidable, decisive resolution prevents long-term retaliation. At the same time, unnecessary battles should be avoided altogether. Power grows by choosing conflicts wisely. A recurring warning throughout the book is do not isolate yourself. While independence is important, complete isolation weakens influence. Power exists within networks. Allies, observers, and social presence provide information and protection. Isolation blinds you to threats and opportunities. Greene also discusses the importance of creating dependence. When others rely on you for resources, knowledge, stability, or direction, your position strengthens. Independence is power, but being indispensable multiplies it. The goal is mutual reliance, not exploitation. Another major lesson is controlling narratives. History favors those who shape stories. Power grows when you define events rather than react to them. Those who control interpretation control perception, and perception shapes reality. The book repeatedly reinforces that power punishes naivety. Assuming good intentions without observation leads to vulnerability. Awareness is not cynicism, it is protection. Greene encourages readers to observe patterns rather than words, actions rather than promises. Toward the end, Greene emphasizes that power is dangerous if misunderstood. Those obsessed with domination often destroy themselves. The book is as much a warning as it is a guide. Power without self-awareness leads to paranoia, cruelty, and downfall. True power includes restraint, balance, and intelligence. The ultimate message of The 48 Laws of Power is not to manipulate blindly, but to see clearly. When you understand power dynamics, you stop being surprised by human behavior. You gain the ability to protect yourself, choose wisely, and move strategically. Power exists whether you acknowledge it or not. Ignoring it does not make you moral, it makes you vulnerable. Greene concludes by implying that the highest form of power is self-mastery. Those who control their emotions, impulses, and reactions are harder to manipulate and easier to respect. When you master yourself, you no longer need to dominate others. Awareness becomes your shield, and choice becomes your strength.